I'm gonna talk with my friend from Uganda. His name is Alan. He's studying in RUDN University. So the interview will be in RUDN University. The abbreviation means Russian University of Friendships, something like this. It's a very interesting place. So see you there. First of all, let's talk about your personal experience. And the question is, why did you choose exactly Russia? And tell me your story. Like, how did you choose this university, and how it all was after graduating from high school and so on?
Well, personally, after high school, I wanted to try something new, different people, different language, different culture, learn something new about life, and I had to take a step. And one of the options that was there, I chose Russia because I had friends who had already studied from here, and they gave me a huge view about life in Russia. And basically, it was inspiring. That's why I chose Russia, and my experiences here. It's really a mixture of good and bad, but generally, it's good. It's good.
Tell me about your university, the program, what are you studying?
Well, I'm uh, I'm studying at RUDN. Yeah, the first year.
What's the meaning of the abbreviation?
Российский государственный Российский дружбы народов университет.
But in English, like, how can we?
People's Friendship University.
Got you. And what are you studying?
I'm studying pharmacy.
Pharmacy, first year.
Yeah.
Are you on the scholarship or self-sponsored?
I'm on a scholarship.
Was it difficult to get a scholarship?
No. It was a few processes that we really had to go. Just maybe the documentation.
How comfortable are you on the campus?
Well, around the campus it is so nice, especially in the summer when we move out, no clothes, and we run on the streets. But during the winter, it's when classes begin, and really it's so stressful. Classes from morning up to evening. The education system here is somehow so compacted, like studying from morning up to evening. So it depends on you. It depends, but generally around the campus, many people from different countries. RUDN is a hub for many students from many all over the world. So you can make friends from all over. So it depends on your charisma. If you really like friends, if you really like people, you find a lot of them here.
Do you feel safe here in Moscow?
Well, Moscow is safe. It's a safer city. I mean, on the metros, in the общежитие, around the campus, it's safer. The security is good.
Next question is, are Russians friendly?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, in every society, there are always bad and good people. For me, on a general basis, Russians are friendly.
Do you have Russian friends?
Of course, I have a lot of them, especially classmates, but some don't care. And one thing about Russians, like they don't speak so much. So unless you approach them, they are really quiet, a bit shy, something like that. What do you think about it? I think Russians are a bit reserved, but when you approach them, they are really nice people.
But by the way, when you approach them, you speak with them in Russian or in English. Most of them that were nice to you.
So here's the point. It's two-way. They too, most of them want to practice their English, so you speak them in Russian, they reply in English, which is quite challenging because they should be speaking in Russian since we are here in Russia.
Gotcha. But what would you like them to speak with you?
Of Because there are a lot of things, especially like the classmates. We should be speaking about the campus. We should be jazzing about like school life, the people we meet on the streets. I mean, there are a lot of things to talk about in life right now.
Do you know any stereotypes about Russia, and especially some that are not true?
Yeah, sure. Well, before I came here, I had a lot of things in my mind. For example, I knew Russians were aggressive, but they're not. It depends on the person that you meet. Also, vodka. Like before I came, I knew it was cheaper than water, but some are expensive. But yet, we drink too much, so they drink. That's partly true.
Did you experience racism in Russia, and what do you think about the racism in Russia?
About racism, I feel some people,
Once again.
like I said before, yeah, personally, I have, but I didn't give a lot of care about it because I mean, some people too, like it depends on the person. You find people like who don't understand about the world, so they speak whatever they want. But it also depends. I'm not cautious about that. I really don't care about those things too
Can you
much.
give an example, like when you felt racism, when you experienced this?
Yeah, personally, like you move in the metro and you really meet people who speak some words that, but who cares?
Yeah, but how often do you face it? Is it a common thing, or like, can you compare it with some other countries if you've been somewhere else?
No, no,
Is
no,
it
no,
is it a problem here, or
no,
it's
no,
just
no.
a
It's
rare
not a
thing?
problem. It's not so much. It's not so much personally, but I hear about people talk about it. But for me, I've not experienced it so much.
Is it easy to make friends here? And can you compare making friends with Russians and making friends with foreigners?
No, it's not easy to make friends here personally. From my personal experience, it's so easier to make friends with foreigners. I think it's just because of the fact that we are foreigners, so we find that common ground. But Russians, it's somehow hard to make friends with them because I mean they don't talk much, they don't laugh. I mean that's how they are, and it's not so easy to make friends with them. But it depends also because for me, I have a lot of friends with them. Uh, if you are open, so open, if you are good at approaching people, you will really find some good ones, and yeah, they're nice people.
Do you have experience of dating a Russian?
Yeah, well, I have experience, but not so much. But experience with Russian girls is somehow it's quite different from my early experience with other people, like from other countries. Here, you take a lot of walks, moving in the parks.
How do you feel about the Russian girls, and would you like to date them?
Yeah, personally, I would because I mean they, they can help you learn the language so quicker. More so, Russian girls are open. If they get to know you so much, you find that they are really open and they speak a lot. So nice experience with
And if
them.
they speak Russian but
Yeah,
not
sure,
English,
sure.
yeah.
They don't say. I mean, it's Russian.
Was it hard to learn their language? And is it necessary to learn it for visiting the country or studying here?
Yeah, personally, like my Russian language teacher, she really was a nice woman. Or from all the teachers I have had personally in my life, really she was a nice teacher. I mean, it's not so hard learning the language, and unless until if you are really committed to it, it is not so hard. Again, and it's necessary to learn Russian because if you really want to move, talking with different people, if you really want to make a business, if you really want to marry a Russian girl and have a family here, I feel like Russian is really necessary.
Will you stay in Russia after graduating?
Well, I mean, I'm in the first year right now, I cannot tell whether, I mean, if I'm to finish, that will be 2027. And I really don't know what the future has. I mean, you're not even promised of tomorrow. But I'm planning to go back. I really have a lot of things to do there. Yeah. I feel like after here, I'm just going back home. Or else, if I can get to like have a good business idea here, I mean, you can be mobile, you can be home when you're in Russia. Like the world has changed so much. Yes.
Imagine you watch this video in 3 years. What will you tell future yourself watching this video?
Well, in 3 years, I'm planning to concentrate on my studies for now. So in 3 years' time, I feel like I should have pushed more with my studies, not just school, but really a lot of things to study, have a lot of friends. Really, that's what life is, and more so meet friends. Never know what tomorrow brings, but that's really what I'm thinking about.
And maybe we'll make a business here.
Maybe business here, maybe a big celebrity. Who knows? I don't know. Nothing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the interview. It was like an express interview, you know, comparing to other interviews, it would take like 2 hours, I don't know. But also, there was more questions. So, but right, like in this interview, I asked you a lot of important questions. I mean, there were more questions, but I asked the most important. So, thank you for the interview. I hope, like, we are two together friends with Alan. Right now, we're in RUDN, as we said, and I hope that you are watching it. Maybe someone from Uganda. Can you say something in your language to Ugandans?
Kama baho umugisha abanyarwanda mwena waza kureba video ya nimbakunda mnonga ndi amutuma.
See you. Thank you guys. Watch this video. Leave comments.